Mr.
Now,
You become part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet.
Who the hell are you?
Dan Schneider,
Director of
Nickelodeon,
Whoa, just take it easy, man.
I'm here to talk to you about the
Schneider-Verse.
Alright, so here's the deal. I grew up watching a lot of Nickelodeon shows as a kid growing up, you know? And if you're around my age, chances are you probably did too. Drake and Josh is my favorite sitcom of all time, and though it wasn't the first from Dan the Footman Schneider, it was the one I think that kicked off many of the other shows that we would get in the future. And many of these shows, as it turns out, are connected to each other. As you can see by my longer than normal looking, pubic looking facial hair, I've been working day and night to solve this mystery, and I think I've finally done it. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the Schneiderverse. Every single one of Dan Get in the Van Schneider's TV shows, since all of that are all connected to each other in the same universe or are connected in some capacity. And quite frankly, the MCU ain't got nothing on this. But how exactly do all these shows connect? And are there any other non-Dan Schneider shows that connect to this as well? And will anyone ever confirm whether or not Dan
Spread it wider.
Schneider is a creep or not? All of this and more will be answered in the following video as we delve in to the Schneiderverse. Alright, so first things first, let's figure out what shows we're even actually talking about here, because I feel like a lot of people don't actually know which shows Dan Schneider had a hand in and which ones he didn't, even though it's a simple Google search away. But the shows that are confirmed to be in the Schneiderverse that we're going to be talking about today include All That, The Amanda Show, Drake and Josh, Zoey 101, iCarly, Victorious, Sam and Cat, Henry Danger, and the Game Shakers, and any associated spin-offs that I didn't already mention. As I alluded to in the intro for this video, there are shows that weren't made by Dan the Hyman Divider Schneider that are still connected to this universe via crossovers, but we'll get to those when we get to them. To keep things as simple as possible for as long as possible, we'll stick to the main universe for now, and as things get a little more complicated, I'll mention the other shows and the other complications as we get to them. Now let's start with the big four. It's fairly clear that the big four, which are Drake and Josh, Zoey 101, iCarly, and Victorious, all share the same universe, albeit retroactively. Starting with the easiest to pin down, iCarly and Victorious had a direct crossover episode in which the characters directly interacted with each other, making them the same universe. This also makes Sam and Cat canon, since that show is a combination spin-off with Sam from iCarly and Cat from Victorious. Helen from Drake and Josh appears in the Victorious episode Helen Back Again as the new principal of Tori's school, mentioning Crazy Steve and her time at the premiere, officially adding Drake and Josh to this universe. Crazy Steve also shows up in the Sam and Cat episode Super Psycho, further cementing the Drake and Josh connection. iCarly is where things really start to come together, where in the episode I Start a Fan War, Gavin, Craig, and Eric from Drake and Josh make an appearance, further cementing them as part of this universe, as well as Stacy Dilson from Zoey 101, making an appearance in this same episode and again in a later episode. The character Quinn Penske from Zoey 101 is also mentioned by Sam on iCarly, and the character Coco later appears on an episode of Sam and Cat. Victorious also connects to Zoey 101, where in the very first episode of the former, it's mentioned that Tori's old school was Northridge High, which just so happens to be the rival school to Zoey 101's Pacific Coast Academy.
But those have gotta be Northridge girls. You know what? You can tell by just how they...
And as for characters from other shows appearing on Zoey 101, Drake from Drake and Josh appears performing a concert for PCA's Spring Fling. Originally, this was meant to be Drake Bell the actor and not Drake Parker the character.
Oh my god, you're Drake Bell!
What's up?
But in the movie Drake and Josh Go Hollywood, this is retroactively changed to be the character, not the actor. All of this confirms that these four shows all definitely take place in the same universe. And there are also some other commonalities between all of Dan Deep Inside Her Schneider's TV shows that also exist in all of these shows, such as fictional brands like the Pear Phone or Deka Shoes. This is what connects Henry Danger to the other shows, since it also has Pear products like Pear Phones, but there have also been minor character crossovers, such as Goomer and Herb from Sam and Cat appearing on Henry Danger. Henry Danger has also had two direct crossovers with the Game Shakers, another of Dan the Defiler Schneider's other shows, as well as some other Nick shows such as the Thundermans and whatever the hell Night Squad is. I've never heard of that. So those three are definitely connected, though the latter I believe is confirmed to be an alternate universe, so I don't think we should really count that, but fuck it. The Thundermans also crossed over with another very short-lived Nick show, The Haunted Hathaways, which also may connect this to the Schneiderverse, though at this point we'd be calling it the Nickverse, and that's stupid. I just want to stick with Dan, the man with the plan Schneider's shows today. Further cementing the Game Shakers as connected to this universe, Helen from Drake and Josh and Robbie from Victorious both appear in the episode titled Tiny Pickles, which now solidifies the Henry Danger connection, since if Henry Danger is connected with Game Shakers, which is now connected to two of the main four shows, then it's confirmed that all six of these take place in the same universe. Well, 7 if we include Sam and Cat, but fuck that show. Oh, and if you guys want a really deep cut, check this out, right? In the Drake and Josh episode titled Honor Council, There's a video shown of Megan and her friend Addie pranking Josh while he's asleep. This girl Addie is actually Addie Singer from the show Unfabulous, which aired around the same time as Drake and Josh. Though Dan Hose with Toe Schneider didn't really have any involvement with this show, so take that as you will. Since shows like All That and The Amanda Show were sketch comedy shows and didn't actually have like continuity, it's hard to actually place them in the same universe as these other shows. However, they do exist in this universe as shows within the shows. For instance, in Drake and Josh Season 1 Episode 2 titled Dune Buggy, Josh is seen watching an episode of The Amanda Show. However, since Drake Bell and Josh Peck were both in The Amanda Show, it's possible that either their backstage skits are not part of this version of the show, or that they do exist, and that Drake Parker and Josh Nichols have in-universe doppelgangers as Drake Bell and Josh Peck, which, as you'll see later in the video, isn't all that far-fetched of an idea. All That also exists as a show within this universe for two reasons. Firstly, there were character crossovers in the backstage sections of both The Amanda Show and All That, connecting those two, so it's likely that if one exists in this universe, then the other must also exist. But if that's not enough for you, take a look at this, right? Remember the aforementioned video from the episode Honor Council? Well, that video was pulled from Megan Parker's in-universe website, meganparker.com. And if you were to go to that website in real life, though I don't believe that it works anymore, but if you were to do that in like the 2000s, you can see that on her website is an All That quiz, meaning that Megan is a fan of All That, which proves that she has seen All That, which means that All That is a show within the universe of these shows.
Half the original cast of All That.
Oh, I used to love that show!
This is where things start to get a little bit complicated, however. Since we're talking about shows within shows, I would have to acknowledge all the times that the main four shows of the Schneiderverse mention each other as shows. For example, there are several scenes in iCarly where the characters are watching Drake and Josh.
How come that little girl's so good at pranks?
And in Victorious and Sam and Cat, they straight up name drop Drake and Josh as a show that they have seen.
It happened on a TV show.
Drake and Josh.
That show was classic.
Despite characters from Drake and Josh existing within their universe. We also see similar inconsistencies in Game Shakers, where the characters are seen watching episodes of Drake and Josh and iCarly, but later Nathan Kress appears as himself to talk to the kids about his time playing Freddy on iCarly, meaning that iCarly, the show, exists in that universe while the characters also exist within the same universe. How does that happen, right? How does a character exist in this universe while also existing as a character from a TV show in that same universe? That would be like if Walter White from Breaking Bad turned on his TV and watched an episode of Breaking Bad. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. How can these shows share the same universe when these same shows exist as shows within the shows? Well, I have an explanation for you, and it's a bit of an odd one, but it's doppelgangers. In case you're illiterate, a doppelganger refers to two people who are not genetically related at all, that look almost identical. You know, a look-alike, if you will. This would explain all the actors who play multiple characters in this universe, such as how, Victoria Justice played Lola on Zoey 101, Shelby Marks on iCarly, and Tori on Victorious. These three characters exist simultaneously, they just so happen to look exactly the same. In fact, this is commented on in the iCarly Victorious crossover episode.
She looks like that Shelby Marks chick you fought.
Yeah, but this girl's way hotter.
The same thing can apply to other characters such as Miranda Cosgrove's characters, Jerry Trainor's characters, or any other actor who played multiple characters in the same universe. This could also explain why some of these shows exist as shows within their own universe. If Drake Parker exists alongside Drake Bell, which we know is the case because of the Amanda Show existing as a show within this universe, then that means that a version of Drake and Josh exists that the characters of Drake and Josh and the rest of the main Schneiderverse can watch. However, it's made pretty clear that their version of the show is not the same as our version of the show, since nobody really comments on it. For example, when Helen shows up in Victorious, it's made clear that she's the same Helen from Drake and Josh, yet in the literal next episode they mention Drake and Josh as a TV show. Yet nobody comments on how it's weird that their new principal is a character from a TV show, because the character in their version of the show is played by a doppelganger of Helen. And since their version of the show isn't the exact same, then none of the characters would be able to draw direct comparisons. Because of this and our next example, it's clear that some characters and the actors who play them exist alongside each other in the Schneiderverse as doppelgangers. Drake Bell exists alongside Drake Parker. Josh Nichols exists alongside Josh Peck. Helen exists alongside Yvette Nicole Brown. Freddy from iCarly exists alongside Nathan Kress from real life. In Game Shakers, the cast is seen watching iCarly, meaning that a version of iCarly, the TV show, also exists within the Schneiderverse. My theory on this is that their version of iCarly is partially based on our version. What I mean is that the events of iCarly happened in that universe, but then some character who exists in that universe made a TV show based on their experiences, which became a version of iCarly that exists within their universe that is very accurate to what actually happened in universe. Stuff happened here, somebody made a show about it that's accurate, that the characters within the universe watch, but a slightly different version from what we know. So to summarize this video, Drake and Josh, Zoey 101, iCarly, Victorious, Sam and Cat, Henry Danger, and Game Shakers all exist within the same universe, and The Amanda Show and all that are shows within that universe alongside this universe's version of Drake and Josh and iCarly. And some other Nick shows that can also be connected with the Thundermans, Haunted Hathaways, and Unfabulous having crossed over at some point. But I think the biggest takeaway from this entire video, where the fuck is the Gibby pilot? They filmed the pilot, the show was greenlit, and it was supposed to air alongside Sam and Cat, but it never aired. What the flying fuck, Nickelodeon? Everybody, I want everybody watching this video right now to tweet at Dan if she's a minor, I'll sign her Schneider, to hashtag release the Gibby pilot. The world fucking needs this shit right now. But in all seriousness though, that's all for this video. I hope you all were entertained. I hope you didn't take this too seriously. Just a fun little fucking meme video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if I missed anything or if I made any mistakes in this video. Leave a like if I blew your fucking mind with this goddamn knowledge bomb. And subscribe for more videos like this one. I've been MattCMG. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.